Have you felt that heat lately? That sudden, unexplained shift in the air around you? Like someone is whispering your name in their mind when you're not even in the room? There is a magnetic tension surrounding you right now, and it's not coming from just one direction. Two different souls are fantasizing about you. Two different energies are holding secret desires they haven't dared to confess. And tonight, the cards are ready to reveal what has been hidden behind their silence. Before we go any further, only take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. This message is for those who feel it in their gut, in their chest, in that quiet inner knowing that never lies. If something inside you felt activated when you saw this title, then this reading has found you for a reason. As I shuffle the deck, the energy feels intense, almost electric. The first card that reveals itself is the High Priestess. Immediately, this tells me that what is happening around you is deeply hidden. These fantasies are not being spoken out loud. They are kept private, guarded carefully, almost sacred. Someone is watching you from a distance, studying you, imagining moments that have never actually happened. They replay your smile. They replay your voice. They imagine what it would feel like to be closer to you. The second card that emerges is the Queen of Wands. This is how they see you. Magnetic, confident, irresistibly attractive without even trying. You carry a presence that naturally draws attention. It's not just about physical beauty. It's your energy, your aura, the way you move, the way you command a room without needing to raise your voice. These two individuals are captivated by your fire. You awaken desire simply by being yourself. Then we see the Knight of Cups. This energy feels soft, romantic, almost dreamy. One of these people fantasizes about emotional closeness. They imagine heartfelt conversations, vulnerability, late-night messages that turn into something deeper. They picture offering you affection, tenderness, and sincerity. In their mind, they approach you with genuine feelings. Their fantasies are not rushed. They are slow, emotional, and filled with longing. But the energy shifts when the King of Wands appears. This second person's desires are bold and intense. Their fantasies are fiery and passionate. They imagine closing the gap between you, feeling your warmth, claiming your attention. There is strong physical chemistry here. You distract them at the most unexpected moments. Their thoughts about you are vivid and hard to control. The Five of Swords now comes through, revealing tension. There may be silent competition between these two energies. Even if they don't openly acknowledge it, there is a sense of rivalry. Both feel the pull toward you. Both want your attention. But fear of rejection or conflict keeps them from stepping forward fully. And finally, the Ace of Cups rises to the surface. Beneath the fantasies, beneath the desire and curiosity, real emotions are forming. What started as attraction is slowly turning into something deeper. At least one of these individuals is beginning to realize that their feelings are no longer just imagination. Their heart is getting involved. You may not see any of this happening. Everything around you may seem calm, but energetically you are being desired, imagined, and longed for in ways you cannot yet see. And this is only the beginning of what the cards are ready to reveal. Now we are moving beyond the surface, and I want you to really settle into this energy, because what is happening around you is layered, intense, and far more emotional than it appears on the outside. Two separate individuals are fantasizing about you, but their fantasies are not identical. They come from two completely different emotional spaces. One is led by the heart, the other is led by fire, and both are quietly unraveling in their own way. Let's begin with the Knight of Cups energy, because this person's desire is deeply emotional, almost poetic. When they think about you, it's not rushed. It's not chaotic. It's slow and intentional. They replay moments you may not even remember. A smile you gave. A conversation that felt simple to you but meant everything to them. They add layers to those memories in their mind. In their imagination, the eye contact lasts longer. The silence feels more meaningful. The chemistry feels mutual. This person fantasizes about emotional intimacy more than anything. They imagine sitting close to you, talking about your dreams, your fears, your past. They picture being the person you trust the most. They imagine you opening up in ways you don't with others. Their hidden desire is not just to touch you, it's to understand you. They want to know what makes your heart soften. They want to be the one who sees your vulnerable side. In their fantasies, everything feels safe. There is no rejection. There is no awkwardness. You respond warmly. You lean in. You choose them. And this is important because in reality, this person struggles with insecurity. They see you as magnetic, confident, maybe even slightly out of reach. They question whether they are enough for you. They compare themselves to others around you. They wonder if you would ever look at them the way they look at you. So instead of risking vulnerability, they retreat into imagination. They build entire emotional stories in their mind. They picture what it would feel like to hold your hand, to hear you say their name softly, to feel chosen. And every time they see you or hear about you, those fantasies grow stronger. Now let's shift into the King of Wands energy, because this is a completely different intensity. This person's fantasies are bold, fiery, and immediate. When they think about you, it hits them like a spark. You stimulate them instantly. It's not just physical attraction, it's your presence, your aura, the way you carry yourself with quiet power. They imagine strong eye contact. They imagine tension building between you. They imagine moments where the air feels heavy and charged. In their mind, there is passion, confidence, and undeniable chemistry. They fantasize about closing the distance between you and finally acting on what they feel. But here's the truth. This person is used to being in control. They are used to feeling composed. And you disrupt that balance. You make them feel slightly off-center, slightly exposed. And that both excites and frustrates them. They don't like not having control over their emotions. They don't like how often you cross their mind. They may act calm around you. They may even act distant or slightly detached. But internally, you are on their mind far more than they would ever admit. They think about what it would be like if you responded with the same intensity. They imagine bold moves. They imagine finally breaking through whatever space exists between you. Now, the Five of Swords reveals something critical. Both of these individuals are fighting internal battles. For the Knight of Cups, it's fear of rejection. For the King of Wands, it's pride and ego. Neither wants to be the one who risks losing. Neither wants to be the one who steps forward and doesn't get the reaction they hope for. There is also silent competition in this energy. Even if they don't know each other personally, they sense that you attract attention naturally. You have options. You have admirers. And that awareness creates urgency and tension. The Knight of Cups worries that someone more confident could step in first. The King of Wands worries that someone more emotionally open could win your heart. The High Priestess energy surrounding you makes everything stronger. You may not reveal your feelings easily. You may carry yourself with mystery. You may not chase or overextend. And that mystery fuels their imagination. Because they don't fully know where they stand with you, they fill in the blanks themselves. They analyze your body language. They replay your tone of voice. They search for hidden meaning in small interactions. There have been moments, recent moments, where one of them almost confessed, almost sent the message, almost made a move. They typed it out. They imagined the conversation. And then fear took over. They deleted it. They convinced themselves to wait for a better sign. But here's where the Ace of Cups changes everything. What started as fantasy is evolving into emotion. At least one of these individuals is beginning to feel something deeper than desire. The imagination is no longer enough. They want emotional confirmation. They want to know if this connection could be real. This creates pressure because when feelings grow in silence, they either erupt into action or they slowly turn into regret. The Knight of Cups feels their heart getting heavier with unspoken words. The King of Wands feels the tension intensify every time they see you. You, simply by being yourself, are activating something powerful in both of them. The more grounded you are, the more they are drawn in. The more independent you appear, the more they want to prove themselves. Your calm energy contrasts their internal chaos. And here is something you may not realize. You enter their thoughts unexpectedly. At night, during quiet moments, while they are trying to focus on something else. You are not just a passing thought. You are a recurring presence in their mind. Two different hearts. Two different styles of fantasy. One dreaming of emotional closeness. One burning with magnetic desire. Both hesitating. Both wondering. Both hoping that somehow you feel the same. The energy here cannot stay hidden forever. Someone is reaching their emotional limit. Someone is getting closer to breaking their silence. And when that moment comes, it will not feel random. It will feel like tension finally releasing. Because imagination can only satisfy the heart for so long before reality demands to step in. And now, as we close this reading, I want you to sit with the energy that has surrounded you throughout this message. Nothing here is random. Nothing here is accidental. Two different individuals are carrying you in their thoughts, in their private moments, in their unspoken desires. And whether they admit it or not, your presence has shifted something inside both of them. One is battling their heart. The other is battling their pride. One dreams of emotional closeness, of soft confessions and deep connection. The other burns with intensity, imagining passion, chemistry, and bold action. Both are caught in the space between fantasy and reality. Both are hesitating at the edge of vulnerability. And you, without even trying, are the center of that tension. But here is what truly matters. You are not responsible for their silence. You are not responsible for their fear. You are not responsible for whether they gather the courage to step forward. Their fantasies, their desires, their internal conflicts, those belong to them. Your power lies in remaining grounded in yourself. If someone is meant to move toward you, they will. If someone is meant to confess what they feel, they will find their voice. Real connection does not require you to chase it. Real desire does not need to be forced. When emotions become strong enough, they naturally push people into action. The cards have shown us that at least one of these individuals is reaching a turning point. The weight of unsaid feelings is growing heavier. The imagination is no longer enough. The desire to know what if is becoming stronger than the fear of rejection. And when that shift happens, you may be surprised by how quickly things change. Until then, continue being exactly who you are. Continue carrying your mystery. Continue focusing on your own path, your own growth, your own happiness. The more aligned you are within yourself, the clearer everything around you becomes. Remember, not every admirer deserves access to you. Not every fantasy turns into destiny. But when something is meant to unfold, it will do so naturally, without confusion, without games, without you having to question your worth. Take a deep breath. Feel into your intuition. You may already know who these two energies are. You may already sense which one feels softer, which one feels more intense. Trust that inner knowing. Only take what resonated with you and leave the rest behind. And know this, you are more desired, more admired, and more thought about than you realize. The question is no longer whether they fantasize about you.